Good morning, Dayton. Day after Thanksgiving.
Yes, it is the day after Thanksgiving. I'm a little stiff.
I'm not.
You aren't?
No, turkey trot didn't do a thing to me.
Yeah, I can tell. Anyway. So what are we talking about today?
Well, things to do tonight. Things to do tonight in Dayton for $5. You can go to Canal Street Tavern and see the Mink Reunion local band from 10 years ago, and Morgan Taylor's coming back in from New York from his successful career there, and Nick Eddy will be back singing, and you're in for a great show for $5 at Canal Street Tavern. And then there's also the Dayton Gems, who are having another one of their $5 ticket nights up at Hare Arena, and if you go and take a can of food, you get in for $5. Parking is free, but seems like the Dayton Daily News is trying to I don't know what they're trying to do today, but because right on the front page it says, are the Dayton Gems folding? And Gems owner fears IHL takeover. And then they go on to say that the league is not going to take them over, but that's some reason they thought that was front page news. Of course, they couldn't even get a story in about Wednesday night's game in Thursday's paper, and the game ended about 9:45, so they were already done with the paper by, 9:30?
Must be nice. Well, it was Thanksgiving night. Come on, give them a break.
Well,
they're working really hard doing all this work that they do. The Dayton Daily News providing us all this local information that you wouldn't get anywhere else except for, well, if you read the New York Times on Sunday, maybe. If you read the New York Times on Sunday, every Sunday, you really don't need to read the Dayton Daily News the rest of the week, because all they do is take the articles in the New York Times and recycle them. So,
the place of papers today is local flavor, local content. That's all they can provide that's unique. And the Dayton Daily News has been doing a little better at doing that lately with Joanne Lee-Smith going after the city with some investigative journalism, what people sort of used to expect.
Yes, but that investigative journalism of public officials, they do it maybe once a year. Minnie Fells Johnson, they went after her too. Big, huge exposés. Every 6 months they'll do it to some public official. And it's easy to do with Dayton, but you won't see them calling out Kettering, you won't see them calling out any of these other officials that have questionable backing on them as well. So
I'm in full agreement. If it's in Dayton, it's bad. If it's in Kettering or in one of the suburbs, they always try to hush it down quite a bit.
But do you think the people, just as my only question, do you think the people of the surrounding suburbs finance the political people in Dayton so that they make poor decisions so those suburbs grow?
Well,
that be a conspiracy?
If you look at the campaign finance reports, a lot of the money coming to the people comes from the suburbs.
And a
the
lot
big
of
checks don't come from anywhere around here.
No, they don't come from anywhere in Dayton. And so I guess you can come to the conclusion that the suburbs are financing the demise of Dayton. Maybe that's too big a leap, and we
maybe
can't
it's
really
not.
make that. Well,
maybe it's not.
It's not that too big a leap, and they're being quite successful as you can see that they're tearing down housing and tearing down commercial real estate so that
or boarding it up.
Well, so the real estate values in the suburbs go up. Is that really a good investment? I can't figure that out.
I think it's a great investment if you want to see the demise. The problem is people don't understand that without the core city, those suburbs don't mean anything. You're not going to tell somebody I'm from Centerville and they're going to find it in the map anywhere else in the world.
No, you say you're Dayton, Ohio.
Right.
But when you say you're from Dayton, Ohio, you get
outside of Dayton, Ohio, the peace accord.
I think we both agree that the demise of the core is one of the main reasons over the last 20, 30 years that you see the slow ebbing of the Fortune 500s out of here. And until we change that regional approach, I don't think we're going to get a lot of good people into the city of Dayton or into the suburbs, despite what is said. Oh, it's a great place to rear your children. Yeah, your children get the heck out of here and never come back. As we just talked about.
Morgan Taylor's coming back tonight.
Morgan Taylor. and
then he goes back to New York.
David Poe comes back, the offspring of the Poes, which, fine, whatever.
Martin Sheen visits once in a while.
Once in a while. But we want it to be a destination place. And I know we're off in the areas, but we're going to probably have this a reoccurring theme, would you not think, in the thing? Until you changed the forest, why are you looking at individual trees? That's my kind of thing.
I think there's a lot to be said for we need to stop thinking of the Dayton region, just think of it as Dayton, stop, the whole thing. If we took tomorrow and merged everything together, all the school districts, for instance, all of a sudden our collective grade on the state would go way up. If we did that with the county,
Heresy.
crime would go
That's
down.
planning. That's thinking.
Crime would go
You're
down.
not allowed to think because it's all free market. Ask William P. Barry Jr.
Uh-oh, here we
The
go.
Dayton City paper. Oh, you're not allowed to think because thinking implies socialism. Somehow we've got that mantra, and we'll go into that some other time. But I think really we've dabbled enough today. I've had my Boston Stoker coffee,
Here goes
and it's 10:30, and
the William P. Barron Jr. from Fairborn.
Taliban hunting. We'll get into the Taliban.
Is in the city
sometime.
paper
Yeah.
here this week.
Yeah.
This publication is getting a lot better, by the way, too.
Historian and-
Lot better publication lately.
I like it.
It's improving, so pick one up and support your local businesses.
See ya.
Take care.